Hello viewers, and welcome to stage 4 of Montano Plains then. Again, the first 3 rallies I thought I'd show you with just the gameplay, no comment run, and now let's take a look at the final stage. Now the first few videos I did with the cockpit cam, and these ones I've done with the bonnet cam, and I think that the feeling of speed is much greater here, accentuated massively. Now in terms of handling, obviously a lot of people are talking about they'd like a simulation or something like that. No, there's none of that in here. This is very much an arcade style racing game. I think it's great fun though. It's probably the most fun I've had on Forza Horizon in a while. There is a lot of driving from A to B, which can often be quite time consuming and boring in the main game, and it's just kind of turned me off it a fair bit. But this is nice, it's intense. Probably could do a bit more in the way of racing. I think that rally's fine, but I think rally cross would have been better for this, or a better explanation of what it actually is as well. So very much pedal to the metal stuff. It's very simple. You can drive off, bounce off walls, grind along walls. There'll be loads of stuff you can do, lots of cuts in terms of maximising your performance. I think when I play these things, I kind of imagine it more like sort of realistic, how you would brake into a corner, and so it often means I'm a little bit too slow because you just don't drive it like that. You want more of an erratic speed, and you'll see more of that from me actually in this video, where I'm a little bit more aggressive cutting corners and everything else. Obviously there's more grip here on the tarmac. Now I've got a video to come which is going to be with the steering wheel, but already, you know, as I say, it's awful with a wheel. It doesn't handle well at all. In fact, I found it largely undrivable. You can drive it, but you'll be way slower than you would be with a pad. And so again, you're learning these stages. I mean, there's some difficult corners here and there like that one, but bouncing off the wall means you don't really lose any time. So you just need to know how to approach some of these corners. I'll be interested to get your feedback though on it, and how you're finding it and everything else. Lots of questions, lots of people wanting me to test different cars. I will do when I have the time. This is the last Forza video I'm going to do for now, and then it's going to be on some PC stuff over the next few days. And we've got finally a review of the December IGN car pack coming as well from Ross in the next couple of days, so that's going to be up after Christmas. Not long to go now. Hope you've all done your Christmas shopping, getting your turkey or whatever you're having for Christmas dinner. As I'm rugged around this section. And again here, it doesn't matter if you're on the track or not. There's really no difference in speed and grip really. Try to keep it on the middle if you can, but just use all the road. Keep as much speed as you can in the car, and use the terrain to actually slow you down rather than actually using the brakes. As I say, you can brake with the gears, and that works just as well. And this is a much longer stage than some of the others. It kind of joins together the stages that we've seen for every section. Lovely graphics, so it has to be said. I do try and keep something like Sega Rally in my mind when I play something like this. You've got to see it in perspective for what it is. I know many of you have wanted to see simulation, but it's such a niche audience, I think, now with rallying. It's trying to find the largest possible rally audience. As I say, it does feel more like a rally cross. It would have been better with other cars battling. No doubt there'll be further DLC to come. And this is all experimental as well. Nearly lost it there. That's one of the issues I've been handling. When you oversteer and you countersteer, the car just seems to lose control way too easily, and that's accentuated massively with the wheel. So we come around these final couple of corners, or final corner actually, and then that's over the line for the end of this stage. And of course then there'll be the other stages to come in the coming days. And that's 11th place there. So it shows, you know, if you want to be winning on the hardest setting, you're really going to have to be putting your pedal to the metal. You know, there's no hanging about. But I think it, as I say, I think it's more of a reckless driving than anything else. You really want to just be learning how you can cut corners, bounce off walls, everything. So the replay cams, obviously we've already established, are, you know, disappointing in Forza Horizon. I am to think replays are a big part of any of these games, seeing your car, seeing your driving. But for this replay, I've decided to just use the behind car view, simply because I can't drive from, I hate driving from this view. I get nothing from driving from this view. I know a lot of the top players use it because they get a greater view of the road ahead, and technically it's easier than being lower down in the car. But I really like the sense of connection with the car and the feeling of speed you get from being in the car in some way rather than hovering above it like this. Not my bag. But either way, I thought I'd show this to you guys because I know many of you do use this view and would like to see how it performs. And also, you know, you get a different perspective from where I'm driving and where I am on the road, and you'll see areas as well where you can cut. You know, you might have been able to cut that corner a bit more here and there. You know, there's lots of areas where you can cut. There was time to cut. I mean, there's loads of time. I mean, you could knock 10 seconds off this stage if you wanted to practice it and really hammer it. But overall, I think the Rally DLC has been a good addition to Forza. I think it's been a lot of fun, and I think it's you know, energized it. And I'd like to really just get your feelings on it, though, as from a community perspective, what you think about it. Because it's good to see these expansions, though it is a pricey one, it has to be said. You know, almost the price of a game. And do you feel you're getting your money's worth out of it? I think it's always interesting to know your feedback. Certainly it's difficult to question when you can buy a whole game for the same price as this DLC. And if you're talking to me, how does it compare? No, it doesn't compare to Dirt 3, Dirt 2, you know, those rally games that are of similar genre. You know, I'd much rather be on Dirt 2 and Dirt 3 or WRC 3, for example. Again, WRC is slightly different because it's slightly more aimed at simulation of rally, but that's proper rally in many respects. As I say, the sport of rally's changed over the last few years. It's not as big as it was. I mean, it's huge in the 80s and, you know, big in the 90s, you know, but I really do feel that over the last 10 years, for whatever reason, political issues within the sport, it's kind of fallen away. It's not what it used to be, and that's a great shame because we all love it. These guys are absolute legends that do this stuff. They're incredible driving. It really is amazing to see and to witness and to be there as well, though I will be the one standing behind the tree protecting myself at all times. So you see when the car jumps, you want to keep the car as straight as possible, cut these corners. Look at that, loads of space I didn't use to cut there. So there's loads of time you can knock off if you want to learn these stages. Really cutting these corners, understanding where you can drive. And you can see it much better from this behind car view, which is why some people, here I brake, not knowing. I could have taken that flat, that would have been flat, so I lost even another couple of seconds just doing that. So there's all these little things that you can look at which you can improve your times. You know, and again, they got the jump wrong, lost another second. You know, there's all these things you can put together to improve your performance. But that's it for Forza Horizon. I hope you've been enjoying these little videos. I thought I'd get them out there to you guys and share them with you. There's a few more Forza Horizon videos to come on the next 2 new stages, and as ever, there'll be lots more from me in the coming days, including my Christmas message as well. But that's it from me for now, and as ever, more soon.